Okay, imagination is the only reality, guys. Yeah, for manifestation, that's all you need. As your imagination. Why would God give you an imagination for you to say, yeah, I'm gonna torture myself with this, you know? You know what, fuck your gift, I'm gonna torture myself with it. And God's looking at you like, bro, the fuck you doing, bro? You can create with that imagination. Like, the fuck you doing, bro? And you're like, nah, this life is just all out to get me, and everything's happening to me. Because that's what your imagination is saying, and your belief systems, that everything is out to get you. So what do you see in the world? Everything coming out to get you. That's how stupid this shit is, bro. It's all a belief system. You gotta be conscious of your beliefs. And if you get triggered by something, that's a good opportunity to look within. If someone says something to you that triggers you, why did it trigger you? What is the belief that triggered you? Does this belief benefit me? No, it fucking doesn't. Put some fucking shoes on this guy. He needs some shoes. Okay. Have you guys ever had a dream where something will happen in that dream, and then in the 3D, the physical, that same dream will happen like the next day, or it could be 10 years. But when it happens, you're like, that happened in my dream, what the fuck? That should explain it in itself. Like, once it happens to you a few times, it's like too many coincidences to be, you know. But this physical reality doesn't matter. If you have a bank account, let's call this guy, what should we call him? Let's call him John, bro. Fucking John. Good old John boy over here. Wow, bro, how do I fucking move this shit, man? Yeah, paint is giving me a hard time, dude. There we go. Oh, now I lost my train of thought, dude. My brain is so fucking ADHD, dude. What was I talking about? Okay, let's say John. He wants money. But this is his phone, right? This is his phone here. His bank account says $0, bro. He's got fucking $0 in his bank account. But this shit don't matter, bro. This shit doesn't matter. All that matters is what's in your mind. And what you see in your mind. If you keep looking at the 3D and checking, you're basically saying that you're subconsciously reaffirming that I do not have money, which is dumb. You should only think in your imagination. And I know the imagination is reality, because why in primary school do they tell you, oh, it's all in your head, yeah, imagination is fake? Like, why do they teach you this at fucking 5 years old, when you're a sponge? Like, you're a kid, bro. You don't fucking understand this shit as a kid. But why do they plant the seed of it's not real when you're a kid? Because it'll be a lot harder to change that belief when you're older. Because these fucking people probably know. And they don't want a bunch of awakened humans. Because... yeah, I think we're getting too conspiracy here. But that's why they call it conspiracy as well. Who called the word conspiracy? The CIA. Why did they make the word conspiracy? They put a negative fucking bias on the word, and people are naturally social hierarchy creatures, so I don't want to be associated with that word. That's actually genius if you think about it. But yeah, let's not get too conspiracy. But now, if he has a phone in his mind, and he visualizes the bank account with 5k, and he says, that's my only reality. This fucking image in his head of the 5k in his bank account. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, that's mine, bro. Because he imagined it. It's his. All he has to do is just flow in life. And somehow that 5k will get into his bank account. But it will not get there if he has no belief. If he doesn't believe it's already in there, it's not going to go in there. And it's none of your business on how it comes. Alright? It could come in so many different ways to you that you can't even comprehend, because that's the universe for you, right? That's why you should stop fucking trying to outsmart the universe, because you're gonna get dog walked every time. But try starting off with small things, right? Try imagining small things that you can detach from easier. Things you wouldn't care about if you saw. Just so you can reinforce the belief in the law. Since everything's a belief system, you have to build it up, right? You don't have to be a fucking genie to find out about manifestation and be like, oh yeah, 500k is mine. Like, that's just not gonna make sense to you at that time, because you haven't seen anything, you haven't seen any physical proof. And people rely on physical proof for it to be real. So that's why you should start off with small things that you can forget about easy. Let's say John wants to meet a new friend, and he has the friend in his mind. He has an imaginary friend, right? And he has the friend in his mind. And they're doing an activity in the mind. The universe then will unravel it around him in his physical. Like, if he actually believes that imaginary friend, it will start forming around him in the physical. Just from him having this thought of the imaginary friend could inspire change in some random on the street. And one day they bump into each other and become friends, dude. You see how this shit works, bro? Let's say your parents are arguing. and you don't like seeing them argue. Just imagine them in your mind not arguing, and believe it to be true, and you'll see it change in the physical. Dude, there's so many examples I can do. Like, this shit's fucking endless. And then learn how to be in the present moment as well. Like, it's easier to detach when you're just happy being a normal human, living in the present moment, enjoying your surroundings. I think that's a big part of it as well, because if you're stuck in the past or future, you're blocking yourself from getting to your manifestation. Right? Like, if you want to manifest change and you're still attached to the past, you might be getting called to do something, but you don't do it because you're still identified to the past, when all you could have to do is just do this one thing and you have it. And when you believe this imaginary friend or whatever it is in your head is real, that becomes your reality. So you act like you have that friend, which then brings that friend. Like, it's so fucking simple. It's so... Dude, it's so simple but fucking complicated. Dude, and once you build the muscle of, like, building that belief up, you start with a few small ones. You'll start to realize how the universe works, and then the muscle will become, like, mastered, and it'll just be knowing. You'll get to a state of knowing. And it's like, yeah, that's so good. That's so good. Knowing is basically just full belief, excluding the 3D circumstances. So you basically just get it, bro. Like, it's cooked as fuck. And then affirmations as well. You don't really need to repeat affirmations over and over again. You can just say it one time and you're in that state. You know, if you want to be in a state, just say, I am da da da. Because you are that, right? Because you are everything. It's so much easier to understand this when you realize you are one with everything. But if you think you're separated from things, it will be harder for you to do. Because if you were to be one with everything, it's easier to say, I am this, because you are. You're one with everything. And that just helps you stay in that state of the imagery in your head. So, yeah. The more times you visualize in your head as well, when you go into that state of, like a dreamy state but still conscious, and you get good at visualizing, it becomes more easy as well. because the visualization becomes more real each time. And the 3D doesn't matter, because you'll look back at your visualization as a memory, right? You're looking at it as a memory, so the universe is going to be like, well, how the fuck did he experience that? But it hasn't happened in the physical, so it has to give you that experience, right? That's how that dream shit works. When you have that dream, and then it comes into the physical. I think astral projection can help you gain a better perspective as well on this. What you imagine here just takes time. It's like, that's your desire, and then the physical, it's like a, what's it called? A loading bar. So it takes the time. But you don't care about the time, because there's not even such a thing as time, because you're just in the now. So, like, you imagined it, oh yeah, that's mine, I've experienced it. And then you just live in the now. Just be a human. Like, the fuck, bro? This shit's so simple, but not simple at the same time. I probably sound like a fucking retard right now. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm gonna end the video here, bro. Fuck you, cunts, bro.